Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is LC with Law Crypto. Thanks for joining me today. Now today, man, I have an NFT play that I think you guys are gonna like. This project is Audius. Now Audius I had in my top 5 NFT play video. I think you guys should take a look at that. But this thing, man, I think NFTs are gonna do huge numbers in 2021. I think the bull run is not over. I think altcoin season is upon us going into the summer months. And with this huge dip that we've seen in the market, I think Audius is going to be one of the strongest NFT plays in this next leg up because it's actually doing something to revolutionize the music space, okay? So if you like content like this, please like, subscribe, and share. Now, let me dive into it. Now, today we have a project which I've been involved in for a little bit now. It is called Audius, and the ticker is Audio. The price currently, after the huge dip that we've seen this week in the market, is now $1.09. It has now made a nice little bounce up 21.7%. And the market cap currently is 195 million. Now the circulating supply is 177.7 million with a max supply of a little over 1 billion. Now this is currently ranked 207, but I'm thinking, man, if you guys believe in NFTs, I think Audius is one that you definitely need to have on your radar. And if you don't already have it in your portfolio, I'm saying $1 is a very, very good price to buy this thing at. I'm very bullish on this on the long term, so I want you guys to know more about it, and let's dive into it. So currently you can get Audius on Binance, Uniswap, Gate.io, and a bunch of other places as well. But yeah, man, I think Audius is going to be one of those projects that's going to revolutionize the industry that they're in, and also NFTs. Now, if we look back on the chart, you see here 30 days, it looked like it's been in a very nice consolidation mode until we started to dip off this cliff here. And if you go out 90 days, we made this huge spike here, and that was a price of $4.95 as our all-time high. We have made a nice little dipsy-do, and I always like a little dip here because that is great buying opportunities. And what we continued to do was fall down a little more because there was speculation that the price was going to go down a lot further because they were putting a lot more coins in circulation. So we continued to go down some more. And as we started to go up, we started to make our way back up. And I thought Audius was going to start to see some new heights. We did this other dip because the entire market was red. And when there's blood in the streets, that's when we're looking to buy in this community. The Law Crypto community are buying when things are red, and we're selling when things are green. Now, let me dive into the website so I can let you know a little bit more about Audius. All right, now Audius, unleash your music, and you can discover and stream up and coming artists. And this thing, I mean, a lot of people that are actually using Audius right now don't even know that this is a cryptocurrency. Okay, so if you're in Audius, or if you guys are on YouTube and you're just discovering, wow, this is a thing called cryptocurrency, like this is what the use case is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a streamless kind of interaction with their community and people that are actually using the product in the real world, and they don't even know it's cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is going to become a part of the mainstream, and it's not going to be, oh, I'm just jumping on this exciting cryptocurrency new thing. You're going to be diving into things that are going to revolutionize the space as a whole, and it's just going to be something that is a great company or a great project or something great that you want to involve in your life, and it just happens to be a cryptocurrency. This is something that Audius is now accomplishing. Now, if you guys looked at my video, the top 5 NFTs in 2021, you know that Audius was on this list, so you understand how much I believe in this project called Audius is going to revolutionize the music industry. This is what I truly feel. If you want to look at that video, go take a look, but build with the best. So they say we designed it with you in mind and with them by our side. So you can see some of the top artists and DJs here that's actually backing Audius. They understand the music industry. So let me give you guys a little secret. A lot of artists out there are acting like they have all these funds and all this money and flashing and blinging, but the thing is, the music industry is one of the hardest industries to actually make money in. So even if someone had a huge hit, a lot of that money that's supposed to be going to them, this is what we think as a consumer, it should be going to the artists that we love. They're actually going to the businesses that back them. a lot of the business infrastructure with the contracts that they have with the musicians. So there's so much in the whole ecosystem of the music industry where the artists are always the last person to be paid, and they're the ones that's always being cut out, and they're the actual creators, and there would be no industry without them. Audius is now putting the power back into these musicians and these artists' hands. They're now finding a way to reward the artists for creating something that we all love. And they're creating a platform that's connecting the consumer to the creators. So Audius listens to artists. Music platforms were at their best when they listened to what artists and fans wanted, not corporations or major labels. And this is exactly what I was just saying. Now, high quality audio. Audius offers crystal clear streaming at 320 kbps, the highest quality sound from any free music platform. Free forever, unlimited uploads, metrics, dashboards, and more. All free forever, no strings attached. Exclusive content. Your fans can download stems and find remixes of your tracks right from the track page. You can also run your own contests as a creator. You can have a community where you actually have special offerings for. And as you see here, featured content. Check out some of our favorite new releases on Audius. So they give you a nice featured content page if you want to dive in here and find new things that you may love. And this is definitely nice there. So the highest audio quality for any free streaming service, you can actually click here and start listening immediately. So if I just scroll back up here, you can go to the Explorer page, the trending page, and hot and new. So let me click on hot and new. And this thing has a very smooth, nice interface. It has a very sleek design. So the user experience is definitely going to welcome people from the mainstream that have nothing to do with crypto. And you scroll here and you can see some of your artists that you will actually want to listen to on the regular, or you can find some new artists that you never would have heard of before, and you can find a hidden gem. And if you click over here in trending, you can see trending this week, this month, and also all time. So you can find some of the great artists that are already doing big things in the music industry, like Alana Barres. I actually listened to her. Her albums are really dope. So if you guys want to click in there and give her a look, I think that would be a good listen for you guys. And Made in Tokyo, he's a good artist. So yeah, there's some artists in here that I already know, and there's also going to be some artists that I want to look at that may join my rotation. So guys, look at this. I think it's going to be a nice hidden gem for music and for crypto. So take a look at that, and now let me get over to the charts. Okay, so Audius. I want to make a huge update on Audius. Like I said, if you look at that top NFT video, I did give you a price prediction up here of $7.71, $9, and those were going to be our two short-term price targets if we didn't make this huge correction. And I did have a price target of up to $12.68. Now that was coming off our all-time high when I made that prediction. What I want to do is first show you a price update. Now, what the price was showing me, I did see a cup and handle forming, and when we started to do that sell-off, it actually ruined that pattern for me. So let me actually get this out of here because it did not pan out. And what we're currently seeing is that we went down to one of my price targets of the 886. So with this fib retracement drawing back here on February 28th up to our all-time high, the 886 had caught price action. So that shows that price is now still moving along our levels, and that is a great sign. What we've seen, it dipped under a little bit and now popped back above it. And if you guys watch my videos, I say these levels do not move like it's a wall in just floating space. It is a nice region so you can see bounces. Things like price targets and price levels, they move like springs, okay? You have to use these levels as a nice guideline, and right now, currently, it looked like it sprung off our 886. What I would like to see is it close over our baseline, and I use a 50 EMA as a baseline. So if it comes to around $1.16 and close above, that's going to be over our baseline, and I feel like that's going to be the first sign of being very bullish. We also see here, to make a nice recovery, we have a price of $1.11 that it needed to close above, and it did make that close, but that is our first metric of resistance. I also have a range that I like to paint for resistance metrics, and I would see this resistance block here. Let me put that in red. That resistance block there, that means we're still in the weeds. If we're in the weeds, that is not a comfortable place if you guys want to wait and see if we really stabilize before you buy in, because price can always go down. I'm just going to read what price action tells me, but I can't say what price action is going to do in the future. It has to show me where it wants to stabilize first for me to now update and move. That's how traders work. That's how swing traders work. That's how investors should also work. Now, if you're just hand down bullish in audio, then you can buy at any of these levels. That's not a problem in my mind. But what I will want to see if I'm just trading this is it try to now bounce above this metric here, and that's going to give us a close of around $1.23. So once price action starts to close around $1.23, that means we had now made it out of this dip here. Okay, the next level above that is going to be our next metric, which is going to be our 786, and the 786 shows that we have another region here of resistance of around let me put that block there. It's going to be a metric of around $1.33 to $1.51. So after we start to show that we're stabilizing at $1.23, my next level is going to see if we're going to start to close around $1.50 and above. And of course, our baseline is going to start to trend upward. We want to continuously see price action close on top of the baseline. But once we get over $1.50, we look like we're starting to make it out of the weeds. And of course, we want to start to hit this next level here of around $2.35. I feel like that's going to show a great recovery and that we're continually being bullish in this project. You can't see that in hindsight and say, oh yeah, I should have invested. These are the times that reward strong hands, okay? So if you buy on these dips in the future, when it hits these metrics, you'll be like, okay, I made a great investment. I made a great buy. Once it goes up to $12.68, this is going to be something that we're never going to see again, I feel like, until the bull run's over at least. Price action is going to show who the weak hands are and who the strong ironclad hands are going to be. And the ironclad hands are always going to be the winners in this space. Now let me look at the indicators really quickly. Okay, so first our stochastics RSI, it is now showing that we are very bullish. It gave a great impulse buy, but with the stochastics RSI is always going to give me a lot of signals. We were in that short-term bearish trend. It was also showing me an impulse buy upward. But what we want to see is it now start to make nice dips above the 50% line. So once it starts making these moves above the 50 line, it could also always go downward. But if it starts to make nice moves above the 50 line, you can show that impulse and momentum is now starting to trend upward. So that's definitely something we want to see. And let me look at my trend indicator. Okay, boom. So look, our trend indicator is now above the 0 line. So that is very, very bullish for me. When I start to see it trade over the 0 line, I want to see a bounce on top of the 0 line and stabilize. And once it starts to do that, price action can do whatever it wants. But this is showing that momentum is now going in a bullish direction. So we hit oversold regions. And again, this is the 2-hour chart, but we hit oversold regions. That means we have a lot of space to go upward before we hit this overbought territory. And I want to see what price action is going to start to do as we move within this range. Now, let me give you a new price target because, again, we had made a huge dip here in the markets. The streets is all red. And let me show you what the next price targets I see in the short term can possibly be. Okay, so just using a fib extension, I'm going to use this local high here of $3.08 and have that go down to our swing low of this current dip. So right here, what I was saying, this level here, which was our recent 50% retracement off our all-time high, I want to see it come above this region at our 1.212, and that is going to be a price here of $2.82. And of course, we want to go up to our 1.618, and that is going to show a price of $3.42. Now, to make it all the way out of this May bearish cycle, because historically the markets always showed that we've been bearish in May, and we're going to start to make it out of this cycle, we want to hit a price of, and look at this, our 2.618 is $5.82.
$5.06 or $5.07. But guess what? Guess where our all-time high was? It was right here at the same level. So you can see these metrics are tracing perfectly with what price action are telling us. So when it makes a dip, when I use these fib extensions and these fib retracements, it's actually going perfectly where price action has showed we made an all-time high. So when people were thinking that price was just falling out of the sky, we actually hit our 886, and it's tracing back perfectly with our all-time high. Once we hit our all-time high, I can see it making some kind of dip after we hit that all-time high, and then we go upward from that point. But once we hit that all-time high again, we're gonna test it to see if we can break through. I think it's gonna take a dip once we hit that region again. Once we find out where our dip is, I'll make a new update on price action and show where we can start to continually go higher. But this is my update on audio. And hey, if you guys have not been taking a look at audio, I feel like this is going to be the NFT play for the music industry. So if you don't have great NFT plays in your portfolio, Audius can be one of them.
Okay, so if you like content like this, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Audius. And like I said, we had a huge correction this past week. So if you need any assistance, I'm actually now bringing my consulting services to my YouTube channel. Reach out to me at lawcrypto13@gmail.com. I can definitely lend my assistance to you. And if you're looking for more gems, stay here, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm going to keep coming to you with these altcoin gems. I'll see you next time. One.